and then they're going to get on another bus to go to their school, maybe even another. And what was happening on the route home is that students were waiting on one delayed bus and holding all the other buses. And what they're changing is that they're not going to, if it's 5 minutes late, they'll wait for the bus. If it's going to be significantly late, they're going to go ahead and send those buses on, get the kids home, and then they are going to get the other children home via another method, whether it's smaller vans or another methodology. Another thing we discovered, so I'm also, and I'm here as a state legislator today, but another role that I have is as a special education teacher for JCPS. And every one of our children in our elementary school buildings is tagged. And we check and recheck and triple check those tags and confirm with parents. But what we found is our students in middle and high school, particularly our multilingual students, don't know where their bus stops are. And they also need to have bus tags. So the tags will be attached to backpacks, and it's my understanding is that that will happen too, with their bus stop and what bus number they'll be riding. We have one of the strongest companies when it comes to logistics in our community, and that's United Parcel Service. And JCPS has gotten great collaboration with United Parcel Service, and they are going to help them optimize and make these routes better. And I understand that that's happening right now. And then in the long term, my understanding is that they are going to figure out how to get some sort of GPS system on the buses. Now, one question I asked, because I had a community member say, what can I do to support JCPS in this system? And one of the answers I got, and this is a possibility, is that if you're a parent with the capacity to drive your child, if you could change that child to a car rider between now and, say, the beginning of October, not just a week or so, but to the beginning of October, that could pull some of the load off the system as they get the long-term system set up. If that's an option, that's a possibility that could help. Now, the purpose of this session is to hear from you, not to hear us blab, not to hear the politicians talk, it's to hear you talk. So we do have feedback forms. I've got QR codes hanging all over. You're welcome to do feedback there, but what we're going to do in a few minutes is the legislators are going to spread out. And then you are going to be welcome to spread out to talk to each and every legislator with whom you wish to talk. Small groups, conversations, let us know, right? Let us know what you're thinking. We're angry, we're frustrated, we have a lot of emotions, we've got a lot of issues, but we also, this is going to be team of the teacher. We also have to remember that our children are here, and we have to maintain a decorum that's appropriate how we want to be in front of our children. So I ask that of you. Next steps. We, as legislators, will gather your feedback. We'll provide answers, direct answers to your questions. We will, I spoke with Grandma. Her stop needs to be changed for her grandchildren. We will push for that to happen. It will be another voice advocating for your children. We are also in the moderate to near future, it's not an urgent next week thing, we're going to arrange town hall meetings across the county to hear from parents and what your needs and concerns are. So I thank you for taking the time to come out on a short notice on a Sunday afternoon on a beautiful day and share your concerns with us so that we can better serve your needs. Did anyone else want to say anything? Oh, yes. If you have any specific questions, we will definitely get answers for you. We will share them with you directly. And if it's not a personal situation, we will share them publicly on our social media. So if it's a general question, we will definitely share that publicly. Okay, and we're in.
Before we get into small groups, I just wanted to welcome you again. So we're here to create space for parent voice. I'm the parent of a JCPS third grader and fourth grader. I have been in the last few days, and I bet in the next several, really frustrated and really lonely. So whatever you're feeling, you're not the only one feeling it. For me, it has been an enormous breach of trust with an institution that I relied on. And I wanted to name that. It took me back to that COVID space, that mom COVID space. I see some nods, so I know that you know what I'm talking about. And this group of people, right? A JCPS teacher, retired JCPS teacher, married to a JCPS teacher, JCPS mom, mom of young kids. This group of people is working to elevate parental voice and to take it to Frankfurt with us. You're seeing a couple things happen already. You're seeing Republicans, we're all Democrats. You're seeing Republicans use this debacle to push a pre-existing agenda to dismantle JCPS and to dissolve the school board that we elected. But unfortunately, you're seeing Democrats, and I'm a Democrat saying this, already forget and move on from and minimize the parental experience. There are hundreds of thousands of JCPS parents across the city who are hurting, and those voices need to be remembered when we're making policy. And that's what this group's aiming to do. We will share what we know, collect your questions, get you answers. Not all legislators do answer people. This group does. You will hear back from us. We don't have all the answers either. Someone said to me, what's the solution? And I said, well, what's the problem? And we're not even there yet. So I personally am calling for a thorough investigation so we know what the problems are and so we can hold the right people accountable. But you're here to help us start that process. Thank you for being here.
All right. Josie can talk, I tell you what. Thank you, Representative. So what we're going to do now is each of the reps are going to spread out a little bit. You are welcome to move along and talk to each of the reps, have conversations with each other. We are here to hear from you, to have the conversations. I'll write notes as you're talking to me, do our feedback forms. We'll be here. I'll be here until you're finished sharing and I hear what you have to say. So thank you very much. We will not rejoin as a whole group. So you are welcome to stay as long as you would like. Once again, if you are new, just have gotten here, if you have parked at the hospital, please move your car to the parking lot for the medical offices. Thank you. Okay, so the representatives are going to spread out and you can find a rep and join the conversation. Thank you.